Hey, 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 what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to Americat Live, Thursday, January 29th, 2026. Two more days left. And just like that, the month is over. Gives us 11 more months to go to 2026. How are you today? Where are you watching from? This one is going to be hot today. You know how I bring it. Why am I still talking about this ridiculousness? Why am I still talking about this madness? Look, check the chat window. You're going to see a caller's link there. That's for Zoom. If you are passionate about this topic as much as I am, you want to hop on, feel free to use that link. And I'll bring you on. But first of all, put it in the chat why you want to come on, what you want to talk about. We'll go from there. So welcome to Americat Live. Today's topic, Anambra State in Nigeria loses 8 billion naira per week. Anambra State loses $8 billion. Sorry, 8 billion naira every Monday. That's an equivalent of 6 million US dollars every Monday due to what is called the sit at home order. It's ridiculous. And for those who don't know what sit at home means, what it's all about, I'm going to give you guys the history of what this stupidity order is. In 2026, in today's economic climate, where the world is going, folks, I follow global forums, I follow enterprise, I follow economies all over the world. I follow sectors. With where the world is going, ladies and gentlemen, no region in Nigeria has $1 to lose a day, let alone $6 million a week. Let's do the math. 52 weeks a year. Let's do the math. 52 times 6. $312 million, an equivalent of $312 million is what the state of Anambra loses per week as a result of this so-called stay-at-home order. That's what they lose. Nigeria is behind. And sometimes Nigeria needs to be told the cold, hard truth. We are not in a position to be sugar-coated, unfortunately. We can't sugarcoat anymore. Nigeria needs a punch in the guts in the truth and reality departments. No more sugarcoating. It's bordering an existential situation for Nigeria with the way the country is, where the country is going compared to where the rest of the world is going. Nigeria needs the cold, hard, honest truth. They deserve it. We deserve it. We don't have, Anambra State does not have $1 to lose a day, much less $6 million per week. So let's go over this sit at home craziness. So I can give you guys a little bit of a history on this sit at home thing. Okay, so when did sit at home start? I wasn't aware of sit at home until what, 2022? When I was deep into exports of Nigerian products. I remember at that time, my team will tell me, hey, sir, we can't move on a Monday. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to. Logistics has been frozen. Thinking, I'm sitting here in Las Vegas, Nevada. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You can't move my exports from Akwa Ibom State to Lagos because you know they have to pass through the southeastern region where the sit-at-home order is. So I was basically crippled every Monday. They couldn't do anything. Logistics was frozen. Trucking companies refused to move as a result of one person telling an entire region what to do. So the weekly, let's go back. You see, to know where you are going, you got to know where you've been. So let's look at the weekly of this sit-at-home madness. The weekly sit-at-home protests in Nigeria's southeast region began in August 2021. I'm going to open up my map for you. I want you to see where the southeast region is. Give me one moment. Look at that beautiful map of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is home, ladies and gentlemen. This is home. It's that beautiful map of Nigeria. Oh, look at that. Seriously, in all honesty, it's a Nigerian map. It's nice. So you look at, I'm going to hover my mouse across this southeastern region is. I can't assume that my audience are all Nigerians. Majority of you are not. So you see where my mouse is? This is where I'm from. You see this Akwa Ibom State. This is considered the south part of Nigeria. You see, we are not involved in this sit-at-home craziness. They try to rope us in. I won't say they because I'm generalizing. The individual, we're gonna get to him in a second. Try to rope in Rivers State, Akwa Ibom State, Calabar in his so-called sit-at-home movement. We said, we're not interested. We're not followers over there. We are leaders. Move on. Get someone else to do your dirty deeds. So this southeast region where this sits at home is prevalent is right here. You see this Abia and Imo and Anambra where my mouse is, Enugu, Asaba Delta. In some parts of Edo, you see Edo 1, Asaba Delta 2, Anambra. This is the topic of today, right there. 3, Imo 4, Abia 5, Enugu 6. It's kind of considered the southeast region, ladies and gentlemen. That's where it is, this area. So in order for me to truck my exports from Uyo Akwa Ibom, where my mouse is hovered, I gotta go through Abia. I gotta go through Imo. I gotta go through Delta. I gotta go through Edo. Trucker said, no, Mr. Mbariket, we can't go. We can't move on a Monday. Imagine if Anambra is losing $8 billion a week. Could you imagine what the rest of Nigeria is losing, particularly the south part? People like me in the Akwa Ibom sector in area, people in Cross River, people in River State looking to do business in Lagos. The commercial, you guys see Lagos there? That's the commercial capital of Nigeria. This is where my exports move from. This is where the majority Nigerian commerce is concentrated right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. I know this is not the topic of today. I'm not going to mention, you see all these Niger State, Plateau, Kaduna, Bauchi, Yobe, Borno. This is where all the issues, the current insurgency, this area is right. That. So get used to your maps. Get to know Niger. So you have this southeastern region comprising of what? One, two, three, four, five, six states is where this perpetrator was trying to control. And by the way, his name is Nnamdi Kanu. He is currently in jail right now, in federal prison right now in Sokoto, northern Nigeria. Shouldn't have closed that map. As a matter of fact, let me pull that map up. I'll show you exactly where this guy is sitting right now. This is where he is, right here. See this Sokoto? This is where they put him right next to. They're trying to get him as far away from people as possible. Right now, I know he's trying to fight his situation. He wants to be transferred, but the federal government of Nigeria said, no, you are not going anywhere. You are staying up there in Sokoto. He was sentenced to life imprisonment a couple of months ago. He's lucky they didn't give him the death penalty. They actually did what? They had mercy on him. So on August 2021, the indigenous people of Biafra, aka IPOB, led by this guy, Nnamdi Kanu, he ordered, this guy, Nnamdi Kanu, ordered on August 2021, the people in the southeastern parts, he gave them a mandated order to stay at home on Mondays to protest the detention of their leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Okay. So Nnamdi Kanu didn't verbally come out and order the sit at home, but Nnamdi Kanu's people did. Do we want to go back and talk a little bit about, because you might want to, what's the context, Rich? What's the connection between this and Nnamdi? What did he do? You see, this Nnamdi Kanu thing dates back to the civil war that my grandfather fought in. Displaced my father as well in that Calabar area, where a group of people in that southeast regions wanted to secede. They wanted to break away from Nigeria and be their own. This is the Biafrans. They wanted to be their own nation because they felt marginalized, and the history, I can't fit what happened into a 1 hour blog, not a blog, into a 1 hour podcast, but go and read the history of the Nigerian Civil War between the Nigerian federal government and the, what do you call it? The people of Biafra who wanted to break away from Nigeria and form their own country. Gowon led the union, and then Odumeju Ojukwu led the Biafra. Millions of people died. Remember back in those days, the Kwashiorkor babies. I know, this thing breaks my heart. Babies with what? Skeletal babies? Kwashiorkor came out of the Nigerian Civil War, and then that image became the image of the Africa that we had to deal with for generations. How many people died? What, 3 million people? during the Biafran Civil War with the Nigerian Union. So the Union won. For those of you who don't know, France, the same France that Nigeria is kissing up to tax laws, French-style tax laws. This same France was the one that weaponized the Biafras. France supported the Biafras. France wanted to be a part of that secession so they can come in and take Nigeria's critical mineral resources that is largely deposited in the southeast part of Nigeria. So France had a little bit of a reason to want to support the Biafran war. The UK supported Nigerians. I don't think America was part of that. So the history dates back to the Nigerian Civil War. It didn't start today. It did not start in August 2021. That's not where it started. Like I said, I can't fit in 65 years of history into a 1-hour podcast. So you're just going to have to educate yourself, folks. Go back. So Nnamdi Kanu's people, remember at this time, Nnamdi Kanu was jailed. So he came out and he wanted to be the leader of the face and the voice of the Biafrans, saying that they were still marginalized and they weren't given opportunities and this and that. I beg to differ. The Igbos are enterprising. I love me some Igbo people. You know why? Because they are great business people, and I'm a businessman. So that's why it doesn't make sense to me how enterprising people who are into businesses and enterprise and I mean, go anywhere in the world, an Igbo person has a business. Same with the Yorubas. They also have businesses, would impact their own personal economy. So this isn't about, I don't have a problem with my fellow Nigerians who happen to be from Igbo land, no problem. But me, I don't do the whole Biafra thing. Nigeria is one country. So Nnamdi Kanu comes, he wants to be the figurehead. Man, according to evidence tendered by Nigerian prosecutors, they said that Nnamdi Kanu was ordering the murders and the killings of not just Nigerian security forces, but also his own people. When he was arrested and jailed and tried, he said he wanted to, what? Represent himself. So the court said, no problem. Come in and represent yourself now. He went in there and did the opposite. He did not represent himself. He was over there trying to order things around, trying to tell people what to do. At the end of the day, the gavel came down. Judgment day came. Sentenced. Life imprisonment. He's sitting up there in Sokoto right now, today. So August 2021. Kind of the pandemic was kind of fading away at the time. So that's when it started. This was the regular weekly directive announced and enforced starting August 2021, meaning if you live in the regional states that I mentioned, the 6 states, you can't be outside on a Monday. You can't open your business. You can't support businesses. Banks can't open. The entire 6 states completely shut down every Monday. There's 2 sides to this story. We're going to look at first the official side, and we're going to look at what the populace are saying. I'm going to pull up my screen once I get there. But here is my question. Why did the governors of those states allow it to happen in the first place? Why didn't they crush it? I want to Beautiful thing about America. Any sign of insurgency whatsoever, the FBI, they've infiltrated, they are closing things down. You see, this cancer has spread. So they shut it down. The purpose was the movement was aimed to cripple economic activities in those regions, which it did. As a form of civil disobedience against the federal government of Nigeria. Don't you know democracy is the government of the people, for the people, and by the people? It's the people who put the government in place. So when you go against the government, aren't you going against the people? Think about it for a second. Civil disobedience. And remember what I said earlier. These people, these IPOP guys and girls, whoever they are, they try to rope in Akwa Ibom State and say, nah, Akwa Ibom, join us. And we said, no, fuck you. Beat it. Bayelsa State also said, beat it. Cross River State came also said, beat it. We want no part of you. We are Nigerians. We are for the federal government of Nigeria. We went out there and casted our votes and selected our leaders. Whatever happens after that, listen, my hand is off. I voted. So not only did this issue cause significant disruptions in daily life in Southeast, it affected literally everybody. If you're in Lagos, you can't, because you got to cut through the southeastern part of Nigeria to go east. And if you are in the east, you got to cut through the southeastern part of Nigeria to go west. You know what? You crippled the southeast. Part of the issue, there's no reason, and I've said this before, the southeastern part of Nigeria is the business heart and the enterprising heart of the Nigerian, of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So you did your job well. You displaced a lot of people. This so-called guys. Now, somewhere down the line, think about it for a second. This thing has been going on, what, since 2021? $321 million lost annually. Aren't we in 2026, 5 years later? Some of the governors of these states came out, and I think at some point, Nnamdi Kanu himself came out and said, although it was too late for him, he said, oh, listen, no, I'm not for violence, I'm not for the, but I'm sure, I'm sorry, at the end of the day, it was too late. Too late, too late. But that mind, that problem persisted over the past couple of years. Nigeria is starting to get back on its feet and starting to be relevant again. Governors have come out and said people should open up their shops, but the people are still afraid. I saw videos circulating on the internet on a Monday. If you were to get out and go work on a Monday, or you have an Okada, or you have some sort of transportation service and they see you on a Monday, these so-called IPOP people dressed in their little red, ugly curtains will come out there and start harassing the populace. And then the populace are feeling that, listen, the government is not doing enough to protect us. We want to get out there and work. We want to get out there and open our shops on Monday, but we don't see any security presence. What are we supposed to do? They're afraid as a result of one person. Onitsha market is one of the biggest markets in Western Africa, sub-Saharan Africa. This is where the action is. Onitsha market is part of Anambra State that's currently losing 8 billion naira per week, $321 per year due to Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB, whatever you want to call them. Look, don't be delusional. He's in jail. He may not ever see the light of day again. He's in jail. It is over. There's nothing to be afraid of. And that is what Soludo, whom I respect. Soludo is the governor of, what's his name? The governor of the state of Anambra. Let's see what Soludo said. I'm going to open up, actually, there's two. We're going to open up one, and then we're going to hear from Soludo's perspective, and then we're going to hear from the people's perspective. No, I don't want to receive a notification from you, channels. This is from Channels TV. Shout out to Channels TV. Look at this title. You see this guy that you're looking at? His name is Governor Soludo. Soludo. Very intelligent man. He's the current governor of Anambra State. Soludo said, based on this headline, that the Nigerian people in the southeast part of Nigeria, especially those in his home state, Anambra State, are using the sit-at-home insecurity as excuse to not open their shops, to stay home. Soludo went as far as to say that the same traders who are refusing to open up their shops on a Monday and helped to generate revenue for the state of, not Akwa Ibom, for the state of Anambra State, sorry, for the state of Anambra, they are waking up, putting on their cleats, grabbing a football, driving to the local stadium, selecting teams. You know, they got to play pickup games now. And then they will play soccer. You know, in Nigeria, we call it tapping soccer. They will tap soccer on Mondays from sun up to sundown. He's saying that, okay, if you can get up and go, Soludo is basically saying that the sit-at-home thing is an excuse that has been crushed. If you can get up and go and play a soccer game, you can open up your shop. So what did Soludo do? Soludo went to the Onitsha markets, got a team of 100 security operatives, and then he shut down every single store at the Onitsha market and said, look, if you don't open up, if you refuse to open up on Monday, guess what? You are not opening up on Tuesday. You are not opening up on Wednesday. You are not opening up on Thursday. You are not opening up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. And if Monday rolls around again and you're still not open because you'd rather go out there and tap soccer, we're going to shut it down again for another week. Oh, Soludo plays no games. Chukuma, that's his first name. And he called the people of Anambra State, particularly not everybody, the traders, these football playing traders who would rather go and play football instead of open up their shop. Soludo said that they are delusional. He went to say that the sit-at-home order ended in Anambra State in 2023, calling the continued failure of most traders to open up their shops on Mondays as an act of economic sabotage. Quote, it could be said that since 2023, anybody saying he didn't open the shop because of insecurity is just delusional. Go around some of the other places that are more insecure and the markets are open. Onitsha of all places, main market with over 150 security personnel. And you are saying that the reason you are not open is because of insecurity. Absolute nonsense. Soludo, run for president. Run for president. Doesn't this Soludo guy look like a guy that can lead Nigeria? Have you seen Soludo on a microphone? I don't know him. When the man speaks, he's presidential. He looks presidential and he's younger too. And Soludo is not like the Peter Obis that are divisive. I'm not saying Soludo unites, but the guy kind of appears to me that somebody that can bring every Nigerian together. And I'm not talking because of this Onitsha market matter. I'm just saying, based on everything that I've seen in the last couple of years, in the last 5 years, sorry, that I've been involved in the Nigerian economy. Soludo run for president. Maybe not this time around though, because you're not gonna win. But maybe after Olusegun, not Olusegun. Maybe after Bola Tinubu's term. This is somebody that Nigerians can get behind. This is somebody that Akwa Ibomites can get behind. This is somebody that Nigerians in the diaspora can get behind, not divisive Peter Obi. Not Atiku that's been running for presidency before I was born. That's not what we want. Soludo is a clear standout. He's a gentleman and he's a scholar. And Soludo is giving you the nitty-gritty. He's not mincing words. He is telling you to get your ass out there and open up your shop. Stop making up excuses about how you can't work because of insecurity, but you can get in a bus, go to the stadium, and tap soccer from sun up to sundown. Soludo for president. I'm the first to say it. Please. Not this time, though. The next go round. Because you know Bola Tinubu is winning again. 30 out of, what do you call it? 30 out of 36 governors support, what's his name, Tinubu. What party is Soludo? Is it PDP or is it APC? I'm not really sure. I am in support of Soludo's stance on this, what do you call it? Sit at home matter. Soludo argued that if the same traders could go to the stadium on Monday, what took you so long though, Soludo? That's my question. You know, this has been going on for a while. I suppose he's gathering market intelligence and data. You see, if they can go to the stadium on Mondays, oh man, I miss those days when they tap soccer for Nigeria. Oh, not only are they tapping soccer, they are also walking out on the road and they are also doing street trading. They could just as well open up their shops now. But Solodu said you are in the stadium playing. Insecurity allows you to go to the stadium to play, allows you to be walking out on the roads, allows street trading all over the place. But the largest market in the southeast part of Nigeria, the Onitsha market, remains closed on Monday because of a bunch of lazy traders who you have an opportunity to contribute to $6 million weekly on the local economy in Anambra State, and you're just gonna roll down the window and piss it away. You see, playing football doesn't pay bills. Oh. Opening your shop does. Insecurity doesn't allow you to open your shops at the main market, but you can go and play games. Look at Suludu right there again with his red hats, flanked by security agents at Onitsha. Maybe you should probably consider upgrading that market too. Some of the Nigerian markets that I've been to, I went to Onitsha market as a kid, but all those Balogun markets and all those CMS, we need to upgrade those markets. Those open door, open forum markets needs to be upgraded though. So last Monday, the governor of Anambra State, the future president of Nigeria. Listen, I'm an Akwa Ibomite. Me, I like me some Solodu. Sign me up. I think if he keeps doing what he's doing, he should be at the forefront if he keeps doing what he's doing. Because hey, who else now do we have? Who? Who do you feel comfortable with that can stand and represent Nigeria on the world stage? Really, out of all these people in government right now, who do you think is not to be divisive as hell? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The man is divisive. So the market shut down. On Monday, the governor ordered that the major Southeast market be shut for 1 week due to traders' perceived compliance with the Monday sit-at-home order. So basically, if you don't open up your shop, you are basically complying with Nnamdi Kanu, is what this guy is saying. And he's saying, okay, if you want to comply with Nnamdi Kanu's orders, you will lose your business. According to him, Onitsha main market belongs to, oh my God, is he good or is he good? According to Solodu, the Onitsha market belongs to the state government of Anambra. Onitsha market belongs to Anambra. It does not belong to Nnamdi Kanu. So Nnamdi Kanu doesn't have jurisdiction over government properties. The only jurisdiction that people like him they have is jurisdiction over their respective homes. And even then, that respective home sits in a state, right? Onitsha market belongs to the state government and the authorities reserve the right to determine how the market operates. Thank you very much, sir. If the state government says that open up your shop on Monday, you are safe. Nothing is going to happen to you. Come in and trade. Come in and help boost the GDP of Nigeria. Come in and help boost the economy of Anambra State. Come in, stand for what is right. That is what Nigerians need today. The governor insisted that the market must be open 6 days a week. Okay, so I suppose maybe does it shut down every Sunday? I'm assuming because Nigerians we love to go to churches. Okay, so I'll give it to you. Let's say it closes on Sundays, but Monday to Saturday, he's saying we are open. Come in and trade. Fear nobody. So he's saying that if you fail to open up on a Monday because you are complying with Nnamdi Kanu and his minions, your store could be revoked. The ownership of it, well, they don't really own the store, they just leasing it, right? Maybe their lease will be revoked and then they're gonna put somebody else in there that will open on a Monday. These are the traders' concerns. Fear has persisted among some traders about their safety. Okay, you are afraid to open up on a Monday, but you are not afraid to go and tap soccer at the local stadium. Earlier on Wednesday, one of the traders, Gibson Okafor, I think this is Gibson Okafor here, this guy. I think this is him. Okafor stated that while the governor has provided security around the market, there's still inadequate security presence on the route to the market. So, what do you want now, Okafor? You want government security agents to escort you from your home to your shop and then back home? Are you crazy? It doesn't work like that. They are not going to provide personal private security. It does not work like that. If you feel so, if you're so worried about your own personal safety, maybe you should look into providing your own personal security. But I'm pretty sure there are thousands of shop owners there, not just you. Speaking on Channels TV, the Morning Brief program, he said that the combination of security concerns, failure of banks to open. Oh, so banks are closing too. Could you imagine? Federal banks are also closing. Non-operational transport. I see this non-operational transport. I had that issue when I was trying to move products from Akwa Ibom to Lagos. All of this contributed significantly to traders' inability to open shops on Monday. The governor promised security, but only what he will do because some people are coming from Mpo, Asaba, and other areas. They need transporters to operate and security along the routes so traders can come to the market. If they don't see security men and transporters, they can't come to the market. Everything has to be in order so that traders would have the means to reach the markets. The governor promises that. That's what I heard from them, but we have not seen it. What's his name? Or Okafor said. So sit at home. For this segment, says parts of Anambra State were paralyzed for years, of course, imposed by non-state actors across the southeast, aka Nnamdi Kanu and the other one in Finland that's in jail. Let's see what this guy supporting. Let's see. I want to see what else somebody else has to say about this. As far as like the people. So it appears that this is the guy now, this Gibson guy. Let's see why he's saying that he's not going to open on a Monday. Reacting to the governor's directive, the governor promised security. So this is basically a rehash of what he said in the original. Oh, down here it says Governor Soludo has put security everywhere, but for the Monday sits at home, they have to increase it and tell the banks to open. When the banks are closed, our customers won't come to the market. So I guess Okafor makes a good point. Banks have to be open for there to be transaction, especially. But then again, though, Nigeria is kind of moving away from the. We are moving more into a cashless economy, though. But general, I mean, come on, a Monday, every single bank across the nation has to be open on a Monday. There shouldn't be a reason whatsoever, whether it's a cashless economy or whether it's a digital payment economy or a cash economy. Banks need to be open on Mondays. Need to be. So maybe Soludo shouldn't just shut down the markets only. We should also look into the banks as well. So this is where the what's law Mefo says that Anambra loses $8 billion naira per week every Monday due to this sit-at-home order. So, Law Mefo is the commissioner of Anambra State, and he noted that the practice is seriously affecting the socio-economic life of the states. Statistics have it that Anambra is losing an average of 8 billion naira every Monday, an equivalent of what, $6 billion at the current exchange rate. That the market is out. Mfo insisted that the government has a responsibility to ensure the economy continues to run, which was why the governor took the action he took. Those who are opposing it are simply being mischievous. That is why the governor rightly called it economic sabotage. So Nigerians back home, it's over. Can't sit at home. You can't sit at home on a Monday. Even some of you have taken it too far. Some Nigerians abroad are even sitting at home on a Monday, refusing to work. But it's over. I like Governor Chukwuma Soludo's stand on this. Shut down all the banks if you have to. Shut down, revoke their licenses. Shut down the traders. Revoke them if they don't show up on Monday to contribute to the economy of Anambra State. I think the other states now, we haven't really heard much from the Edo states and the Delta states, Imo, Enugu, and Abia. I think everybody's starting to come around. The southeast part of Nigeria, think about it for a second, is the business epicenter of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is where it's at. Let me tell you something. If this goes down, Nigeria goes down. So we are not going to allow it, are we? But in closing, I support every move Governor Chukwuma Soludo is making. And if he chooses to run for president of Nigeria in the future, best believe. You see, for me, whoever becomes president of Nigeria runs for office. I don't care if you're Hausa, I don't care if you're Igbo, I don't care if you're Akwa Ibom State, I don't care if you're Yoruba. I care about the person that's going to best represent Nigeria on the global stage, number one. And number two, I care about the candidates that can reunite Nigerians. And number three, this is the most important one. Soludo appears to me as somebody that's technologically savvy, who's also savvy on the economy standpoint. It kind of appears to me like somebody that can help take Nigeria to where Nigeria can be. Again, you got an Akwa Ibomite here talking about how you like Soludo. Give me more. I want more Soludo. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. I'm gonna catch you on tomorrow's podcast. I'm not sure what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow. Not sure what I'll talk about tomorrow, but I'm excited. I'm kind of looking forward to chopping it up again with you guys. I love doing those live sessions. And I really appreciate all of our subscribers. What are we right now? I think we're at what? 21,600 subscribers. Majority of our subscribers are in the United States and Nigeria. We are also starting to penetrate the Canadian market and even Uganda. They are watching from Uganda. They're watching from Kenya. They're watching from South Africa. So I really do appreciate all of you. And yeah, like, share, and comment. My name is Richard Barakat. I'm a Nigerian-born US-based entrepreneur. I'm based in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I really appreciate your time. Let me know what you think about this topic of Governor Chukwuma Soludo. Look, maybe this is a stretch, but it kind of reminds me a little bit about Obama. When I see a guy like Solodu, it appears to me to be a person that puts the country first before his own personal interest. At least what I've been following. Now, if my position changes, you'll be the first to know. But for now, if we are starting to kind of build up candidates for the next, not this election, the next one, let's not look too far from Solodu. I think Peter Obi's time is over. To be honest with you, I don't want a divisive president. I just don't. I'm sorry. I want someone that can unite Nigerians. I want somebody that can represent Nigeria at the world stage. When you are standing in front of a microphone and you're speaking through the wire, I want somebody that I can look at and say, that's Nigeria. Not just people, not the ones that we have now. Well, anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I will catch you guys on tomorrow's podcast. Same time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the United States, 1 p.m. in the East Coast, 7 p.m. in Nigeria, 12 noon in Texas. And wherever you are all over the world, just figure out your time zone and then tune in 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in Las Vegas. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Rich and Barakat. All the best.